Hello, this is Cranberry Landers. Thank you for stopping by. This is Chat and Draw number 16. 16. I will be drawing eyes. The eyes have it. And, oh yeah. I don't know if you can make this out. There's my last guy. It's my banana man. Upside down. It's just hanging. 16. Yes, he says. And I'm going to be drawing from Cartooning the Head and Figure by Jack Ham. Okay. There we go. He goes hard. Jack does. He's he gets a lot of attention. Jack Ham does. I'd say he's a bit of a ham. Let's see. He says kind of blunt the way he does things. Yeah. A little ham-fisted. You're welcome. Sharpening my pencil. So I am a novice. I am a novice artist. I did art in my schooling for a while, for years, but I've gotten out of the practice. I don't know. I've been doing it regularly for years. Okay, doing eyes. So the first one is the most complicated, I believe. Can you see this? Viewable. Probably not. Yeah. If I just keep talking and not doing anything, it's not so entertaining. Let's see. So the first eye takes a lot of focus. There we go. Done. The second eye is like it. Not quite the same. Again, that's number 2. It's eye number 3. Whoa. Stepped it up a notch. Took it up a notch. This would be before. See a pattern developing here. These eyes. Five. Six. And number 7. Mm. Yeah. Noticing a trend. Mm. 12. 15. 14. 16. It's more like a teardrop. Supposed to be more rounded. Oh. 17. Slightly smaller. Darkened area. This eye reminds me of either Captain Haddock or Tintin, but I'd recognize that eye any place. Maybe a Charlie Brown eye. Maybe one of these two. With musical notes. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yeah. Coming along. Eyes. Someone with little sleep. Familiar to me. I know that guy. Or gal. And or gal. One solitary bag under the eye. One solitary bag under the eye. One that looks like a nostril. Snake nostril. Snake nostril nose. Teardrop. Apostrophe eye. Comma. Imagine many of these artists came up with how to do these eyes, came up with it through their own experience. Where am I? L. Angry eye. One eyeball. Two eyeball. Three eyeball. Four eyeball. And fifth eyeball. The eyeball it is. This is the fifth eyeball. Hey, my first row of eyes done. I wonder when the music will be doing. Probably pretty soon. And this is one, two eyes. Let's see. Balloon eye. This is them so far. My eyeballs. Mhm. What this guy's eyeballs doing up here? I don't know. So far. Happy eye. Despondent eye. Again, happy eye. Looks great. Yeah. me out like a heart. I don't want it to look like a heart. Hmm. Yeah. Hermit eye. Hermit's eye would look like. Yes, I believe. No. Hermit's eye would look like this. Something like that. And I'm finding that the more of these I do, the more I realize that I've been limiting myself in how I draw eyes and noses and faces and stuff. Just such an immense amount of Shapes of eyes, noses, faces, shapes, all kinds of things that you can do. I haven't really tapped into any of those. Great, googly boogly. Hey, Gordon. Hey, doing, man? That's a hole. If that's the reference you're making, it's awesome. Ira, Ira. Stop it. Well, I'm not doing nothing. I forget his name, but he's an hilarious actor. Ford something? So what's up? You got a favorite fantasy series you like, Gordon Goodbrother? Does I don't know if Star Wars counts, but I like Star Wars. I like the original trilogy. Star Wars. Conan? For the comic? The comic Conan? I've read like 3 or so Conan books in my life. Good art. Robert E. Howard books, the Schwarzenegger movies, Marvel Buscema. Really? Wow. You're a big fan of Conan. What do you like about it? Is it the the savagery? The ladies? What about it do you like? Conan. The Savage Sword of Conan, Conan the Barbarian. He kills and kills. Hey. Yeah, I looked through it. I'm into more fantasy stuff than that. Although, if you like Conan, you might like. I think it's an Image series. It might be Dark Horse, but Birthright. You might like Birthright. Spelled like how Birthright is spelled. Hey. I don't know what you're saying. You don't know what you're saying, Gordon. You started Birthright? Nice. It's been a while. I don't know. I don't know if it's still going on. This reminds me of a Bone Eye, an eye from Bone. I think it's Adam Smith, Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith did Bone. One of my favorite series. That's a good fit. That's a good fantasy series. Bone. Rumble also looked good. I don't know if you've heard of Rumble. It's another fantasy series, so like Bone, yeah. It's good. What rhymes with smooth brown thigh? I started Rumble. Nice. Yeah. At least the art looked good. I didn't actually read Rumble. Maybe the first issue. Sensing a pattern yet? Yeah, I can. Yeah. No. That happens. But Conan, you stuck with Conan? Just go. Trying to get the current Titan series. Titan. Like Teen Titans? Is this like the adult version of the Teen Titans? Because I think they did that, right? They just became the Titans. Titan Comics Conan. Oh, okay. Oh. I didn't know Titan was who published Conan. Or I'd forgotten. I figured it would have been Dynamite or something that did Conan. Shoot. Nuts. Titans got the license at the moment. Okay. Just Conan, not Red Sonja or any other Robert E. Howard characters. The guy who did Conan did Red Sonja? I didn't know that. That's true. I did not know that. Yeah. That makes sense. Red Sonja and Conan are very similar. Pretty much the same genre. Pretty much the same character, but with a chick. Okay. Not really. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's pretty much the same. I haven't read enough Conan, so I might be speaking sacrilege. Red Sonja is based on a Howard character, Dark Agnes, but got folded into Howard properties in the olden times since split up. Oh, okay. Wow. Some good information. Thank you. Dark Agnes. So it's pretty much the same character. Since Dark Agnes is based on, or Red Sonja is based on Dark Agnes, have they ever teamed up? There been any crossovers of the two characters? Yep. Angry man. Or lady. It's more like a man. Sit for my second row of eyes. And on to the third row. I'm sorry, not Dark Agnes. Red Sonja is based on Red Sonja. Okay. I think I actually remembered that. Is Red Sonja based on? Is the second Red Sonja with a Y based on Dark Agnes? Or is it still a completely different character? Yes, they're all different characters. But they're both redheads with swords, and I'm easily distracted. Ah, okay, I see. Very good. Easily distracted by the story. Is that what you're saying? That's what you're saying, right? Right, Gordon? Right, Gordon, good brother? Right? Yeah? That wonderful, wonderful story. So it's a cross. That was one difficult eye to do right there. That one. Really hard. It's almost as difficult as one of these right here in the beginning. Very difficult. Very difficult. Easily distracted by trivia. Oh, I see. That's better. Yeah, I've tried reading Red Sonja. I'm not into it. I don't know what it is. Maybe not enough fantasy for me. Or maybe not enough outright fantasy for me. Okay. Yeah. That's terrible. The problem, in quotes, is Roy Thomas and multiple artists borrowed some from both characters to create Red Sonja at Marvel, but more from one character than the other. Huh. This reminds me of the Shadow, I believe. Reminds me of the Shadow and Batman, kind of like that kind of situation. Bored eyes. Bored eyes. I did like I don't think it's the same. It's not the same guy. I liked what's his name? He did John Carter of Mars and Princess of Mars. What's his name? Shoot. Really famous. Edgar Rice Burroughs, thank you. Very good, brother. Yeah, I liked his stuff. It was a little boring, but the world itself was interesting enough that I enjoyed it. I would have liked if they had done like an actual true to the book, books, movie with John Carter, I think it would have done well. I think it's probably been too long since. Although they did well with Ant-Man, and nobody knows. I think barely anyone knows who Ant-Man is outside of comic. They knew who Ant-Man was outside of comic fans. I don't think anybody knew, but he did well. So Doctor Strange, I think, but still, I don't think anybody. Very few people, except for like an older generation, might have known who Edgar Rice Burroughs was in his universe. So it probably wouldn't. That might have explained why it didn't really take off. Plus, the guy was a Confederate, right? He's a Confederate captain, I think. But Confederates aren't really known to be the good guys. You know, that's not something people are like, oh yeah, I want to cheer on the Confederate dude. Yeah. So that probably didn't help it in the didn't help it out in the theaters. People are usually slow to like new properties anyways, I guess. Like try out a new fandom, whatever. People, the Disney movie breezes right by that. Yeah, I know, but still, I don't know. It does breeze right by it. That's true. For anybody picks up, I don't think it would help it. I mean, it might for a few people. I don't know. I find it interesting that that's who the character is, where he comes from. That's an interesting origin. It's not something you would expect. It's kind of like that series Redcoat that's coming out by not Image. Is it Image? I think Redcoat, that newer series, but it's about a redcoat coming into the United States, and he lives forever, so he's the hero. Ghost Machine, thank you. Thank you, appreciate it. You're helping me out. My brain. Yeah, I don't know if that would draw in a ton of people with it. I mean, it might, but just interesting choice. I wouldn't pick them as heroes. I'm sure there are some good redcoats. You did? What do you think? Are you gonna keep going with it? I read Jonah Hex and watched The Dukes of Hazzard, so I'm not bothered. Yeah. Jonah Hex? Jonah Hex was a Confederate? I didn't know that. I mean, there's some good things done, I imagine, on one side. good things done on another side. Uh, different people. I'm sure. I'm sure. I know some people weren't all for the main reason of why the war started. So wars started. I get that. People are just fighting for their states or whatever. States' rights. Some people are conscripted-ish, but yeah. This reminds me of Tired Kermit. This one here. Reminds me of Tired Kermit. But I like the series. Anyways. Let's not get too far in. That's a sweet looking eye right there. That last one, I dig. I dig it. Yeah. I'm not really into Jonah Hex either. I mean, I always wanted to pick one up, like that series. I didn't, but I wanted to. It's like, that looks interesting. But I did not. I'm not usually into Westerns. Not usually. Okie dokie. Crescent Moon. They seem to be those books like Conan and Jonah Hex, Red Sonja. They seem to be books that are based on human interaction. Like it's very much you're playing person to person, whatever. Very, very human altercations, situations breaking out, kind of conflict, and like the horror and the kind of The horror and the kind of the monsters you see are people. I don't really like to see that. It's realistic. Humans are very scary. Very violent animal, a human. Yo, Timmy Mello. What's up? Happy Saturday. Every Jonah Hex run, not there has been a lot, is differently focused. Huh. Yo, Timmy Mello. Talking about Conan, Jonah Hex, Red Sonja, Dark. What's her face? Dark Elaine, I forget her name. Dark Agnes. Yeah. And Westerns in general, I'm not a fan because the human element, it's scary in a different way. I kind of don't want to see humans behaving as humans do. It's frightening. It's kind of like Firefly. I don't know if either of you guys or anybody's watched Firefly, but I wasn't into it. The bad guys were people, and that is realistic. It's very realistic. I mean, you have cannibals and people who are terrible in the world, but yeah, I don't really want to see that. I don't want to see that. Everybody says it's good. I mean, everybody. It's been a while since I saw Firefly. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much universally touted as like it has great writing, right? But I usually like to see monsters that don't look like humans. Non-human monsters. I'd like to see like eons and stuff. It got Joss Whedon, that Avengers director role. Yeah. Yeah, I know that. I'm not really a fan of his comedy. I think he does a better job than other people do at being comic book movies. When they say great writing, I think they mean it was engaging for an hour. Oh. That might be it. Engaging for an hour. Also, when you think of it, Outlaw pretty much is an anime version of Firefly. Outlaw Star. Don't recall Outlaw Star. I watch tons of anime, or I used to. Better than a lot of American movies and shows these days. Even if some of them are gay, I like that some men are actually men and women are women. I like it. It's an okay anime, but yeah, it's C+ tier. Gordon, good brother. Serenity? I never watched Serenity. I didn't watch Firefly, so I shouldn't have watched Serenity. Serenity was a movie, yeah. Serenity Now. Serenity Now. It's a different movie. Stars Frank Costanza. I did not see that movie, unfortunately, though I should. And yeah, Serenity was Joss Whedon's Avengers audition reel. I wouldn't doubt it. Radio. That's off. That looks off. Not in being an SJW, but live by the cancel culture and die by the cancel culture when the pendulum of scorn swings back your way. Nice. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Oh no, everybody! I hated it. I hated all that stuff. No, for sure. No, I totally didn't. I just wanted to go along because I was scared. I was scared of what they do. I'm scared, everybody. I'm an innocent person. Trust me. Trust me. I don't know what that eye would be used for. This eye. I have no idea what that is. Maybe a girl? All cancellations aren't created equal. Hollywood cannibalism for you. Uh-huh. Or all SJWs created equal. Goes around, goes around. I'm naturally a jerk, and so I expect everybody to get equal treatment. Everybody knows you're a jerk. Everybody treats you like a jerk. I thought Whedon's downfall was for being a hypocrite. Maybe. Although I don't really like the personality of what's his face? We did Guardians of the Galaxy. He's hired at DC now. Downfall onto a pile of money. What's his name? James Gunn, thank you. Very good, brother. I didn't really like him. His personality. I saw some of his jokes. Really creepy. Some of his jokes. I did that wrong. I'll cancel things. That's really fun. Project. Pretty sure I did this wrong. I'm interested in seeing what Hollywood or what new movies and shows are created in the next 10 years. Who did Whedon cancel his wife's confidence? Probably like the implications things. Because of the implication, cancel just fine. I thought he's done stuff like, oh, that's terrible, what they did. Oh, no, that's bad. That kind of stuff towards people. Or fired people for what they said or whatever. Maybe not. One reminds me of this last one reminds me of the wizard from Fantasia that Mickey Mouse studies under. Actually, he doesn't really study under him. He steals his stuff.
Basically joined in the mob for clout points, but eventually the mob came for him as harassment allegations. On harassment allegations, right. And plays with mobs. Yep. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I call it was a bit stranger than harassment. There's a little bigger. Well, until you get like proof, it's all allegations and stuff. Peepers, look at all those peepers. Yeah. All them peepers. Line up. Which one is yours? Tell me which one is yours. Yo! What up, Phil? Phil Diaz? Keep your look on. Yeah. All these eyes. Mine is somewhere around here. It's one of these ones right here. Maybe one of these guys. We're talking about favorite fantasy series and whether Joss Whedon is a sketchy dude. How many times the one that looks like this? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I liked Winter Soldier, Dark Tower overall. Nice. Dark Tower is great. I recommend Dark Tower to people if they want an adult comic, and by that I don't mean what it sounds like. A comic that is like written for adults and written in a very intelligent way. I recommend Dark Tower, and the art is amazing. From is it In Hyuk Lee? Jai Lee? I think it's Jai Lee. Or Jay Lee, sorry. Jay Lee. Start Dark Tower. You started it? Oh, you started that one? Is that one? Jay Lee, yeah. Is that another one you started, Gordon Good Brother? Is it equivalent to Conan the Barbarian? Have you read the novel series, the comics based on the books started in the 70s? No, I haven't. You did recommend it, though, in your stream, and I recall that. You going on a... you going on an informative tangent about... Bruh. What? What? I don't have time. I only have time to read comics. Books? I don't have time to read comics and cereal box ingredients lists. That's all I have time for. That's where I get most of my information from. And the Bible. That's about it. I don't read anything. I have to read which cereals have seed oils in them. To what amounts? Because I only get cereals with enough seed oils in them. You gotta know. I haven't read it. It's hard enough for me to look at Dark Tower, the graphic novel series, and read that. Don't nobody got time for reading these days. Don't nobody got time for that. I ain't got time to read and expand my knowledge. What do I look like? A college graduate? There's one creepy looking eye. That doesn't look like an eyeball to me. Can you guys tell me? Can I get a keep it moving? Does that look like an eye to you guys? Tell me how close to an eye that looks. That last one right there. I mean, technically. It looks like an eyeball. Third row. I haven't read it. The only series that I've read is Dinotopia. I think I read the entire series, even the big, thick last book. It's like 2.5 inches thick or something. That one, Lord of the Rings, and I read Ender's Game, at least the first one. It looks like a booby with a stash. Yes, it does. Looks like a stylized 6. Okay, maybe that's just me. I'll go with the one that makes me look better. So I'll say it looks like a stylized 6. That way nobody can look at me and know what I'm actually thinking. Well, it totally looks like a stylized 6. No, I get it. I started that. That's good. It's good. It's good that you started it. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, I read. No, I know. Yeah, I get you. I read that. I read the entire Edgar Rice Burroughs John Carter of Mars series, like all that series, even the ones that came after it. I read that. And I read. What else? Have I read anything besides comics? I read the entire. Oh, I read a lot of the Blackest Night series. Does that count as reading a book? Parrot mouth. DC Zombies Cross. No, I didn't read that. This looks like Marvel Zombies to me, only for DC, and I wasn't into it. That was I quit reading comics, like the big two, in like 2011, 2013, somewhere around there. I stopped reading the big two, and just because of all their ESG, social justice stuff in there, so I stopped reading. Plus, I'm fatter, and don't have a wife, and don't. What else? I play video games and reading comics. That's the trifecta. That just makes you. That's it. Oh, I lived at home with my parents at the time, so it's none of those. Then what is a Blackest Night book series? It's not the same. Marvel Zombies was everybody has different powers. They have different sets of powers. It was an overarching story. Every one had like hope. They're fighting against like everybody gets power sets, right? And they're supposed to be in line. So you see who has what. DC's Blackest Night, 2009, 2010. Yeah, it's a good series. It's the best. I recommend. I recommend people who haven't read it to read it. It's one of the best series I've ever. It's one of the best comic series I've read. Shoot. Zombies were a fad back then. That's true. I like the emotional spectrum. I like the introduction of that. I'm confused. I don't know what you're confused about. Why? I'm looking at these, I'm realizing how many lines people are doing separately. You get just a basic shape. From a distance, I don't really see the marks. Blackest Night had the entire emotional spectrum. So they were like teams, and there were qualities and things that you saw play out. Batman died. Marvel Zombies was just everybody, just everybody fighting against the zombies, and you seeing how they got an attack. And they retained like a level of sentience. The Blackest Night series, you had core against core, so you had different cores attacking each other. So it wasn't just against the Black Lanterns. You had allegiances formed. You had introductions of new characters. Marvel Zombies wasn't really about the introduction of new characters. You did see that Hal Jordan had the capacity to have every emotional spectrum ring. In other words, he was capable of wielding all of them, which is crazy. And other things like Batman, who you would think would be able to get the Green Lantern ring, he actually does get the Green Lantern ring, the Will ring. Yeah. Are you cross-streaming? Like on different platforms? I'm not doing it on different platforms. This is just on YouTube. Nope, just YouTube. I thought about going to Rumble, like doing this on Rumble as well. And who are you talking to? You? Jimmy Mello? Bill, maybe, if he's still here. Kyle Rayner eventually gets a hold of all rings in the Spectrum in the future. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, okay. Yeah, he gets a few of them. I like seeing Guy Gardner getting the red ring and the Green Lantern ring. Sweet. And he had this special thing. So red plus green can kill any Green Lantern or any Black Lantern. And so he actually gets both. So he's able to insta-kill like all of these Black Lanterns once he gets both of them. And I like Guy Gardner, and he was always supposed to be a replacement for Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan was the original Green Lantern. Well, I think aside from, is it Arthur Adams? No, not Arthur Adams. What's his name? The guy, is it Jay? Jay something? The Green Lantern with the fire powers who's vulnerable to wood. Yeah, so Hal Jordan was the replacement for him, but when Hal Jordan became the Parallax? Guy was too much of a hothead. Yeah, he wasn't supposed to. He was given like a temporary. He wasn't even given like a fully functional Green Lantern ring, or it didn't have all the capabilities of the Green Lantern ring. They just gave it to him. The blue guys just gave Alan Scott. Thanks, Gordon, your brother. Parallax. Thank you, Parallax. Sorry, yeah, Parallax. When he became Parallax, and they just wanted to get rid of Hal Jordan anyways. So he was supposed to stay dead or gone or a bad guy. That's what Hal Jordan was supposed to be. They brought him back later because he was a fan favorite. They resurrected him like they did with Wolverine and Superman and everybody else. But Guy Gardner's ring didn't have all the functionality of the original Green Lantern rings because he wasn't actually qualified for a Green Lantern ring. So he got this weird one that the Owens gave him. Yeah. Had like this special capability. But yeah, he had the capacity for a Red Lantern ring because that's what he was more in line with. Hal then became the second Spectre. Yeah, Spectre. During the 90s. Yeah. I liked Hal. Hal Jordan was my favorite. Guy Gardner was intense and angry. He could do crazy stuff with his. Special. And then Hal Jordan actually became part of like the purple, like the special forces for the Owens. Not the Green Lantern Corps, but these guys who did like special forces infiltrations, and they just killed people. I think he did that with Sinestro's daughter, I think. Yeah. But yeah, Guy Gardner he's not qualified for a Green Lantern ring, the traditional one. So that's cool. And then what's his name? Kyle Rayner becomes the White Lantern. For life. He becomes the White Lantern. White Lantern is life. And then what's his name? what's the black one's name? It's not John Jones. What's his name? John Johns is Martian Manhunter. What's his name? The Marine? The Black Marine Green Lantern? John Stewart. Thank you. John Stewart. Yeah. He had enough will that he could recreate a planet, which is like intensely strong. John Stewart, thanks. Which is intensely powerful willpower that he has. John Diggle Stewart in CW. Diggle, that's a terrible middle name. Yeah. But I didn't like him. I liked, in a couple storylines, I liked the writing for him, but I didn't like him. I liked his daughter. I think her name was Emerald or something. I liked his daughter, Hal Jordan's daughter. I liked Hal Jordan. Kyle Rayner was annoying. Guy Gardner I liked. And then that too bad CW retconned that and ruined everything, even though John Diggle was indeed John Stewart. Oh, weird. CW's not that great anyways. Wasn't that great anyways. Yeah. What? Didn't like but I did like that Middle Eastern guy, or it's like Arabic. The Arabic guy and the lady who's constantly afraid. So she was part of, I think, like the Yellow Lantern Corps, the Sinestro Corps. And then she gets a Green Lantern ring because she's like agoraphobic. She's like afraid, like all the time afraid. She has like PTSD or whatever. But despite the PTSD, she still pushes forward, which is like a qualification for being a Green Lantern. You have great will, even though you have great fear. So she's very afraid, but what she is able to sum up is enough to overpower the fear. Therefore, she qualifies to be a Green Lantern. That was a cool concept. It's complicated, but yeah, Diggle's father was a Stewart, and he was set to receive a green meteor in the Arrow finale. So that does sound terrible. That sounds like garbage. Why? Why do you write terribly? Why? Why? You have comics that have been there for hundreds of years. Like 100 years. Why do you need to change it? Why? The WB should have stuck to urban comedies. I didn't know they had those. Yeah. I don't know. Watch Smallville and The Flash. I think they did The Archies or Riverdale or something. It looked like the OC, but with Riverdale character with Archie characters. Riverdale was hot mud also, right? Yes, the Archies. Not that Archies. Archie comics. Archies were great though. I love the Archies. Oh, sugar, do 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 do. Oh, honey, honey. Good song. You are my candy girl. And you got me wanting you. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. When I kissed a girl, I knew how sweet a kiss could be. Knew how sweet a kiss could be. Oh, you're loving over me. Oh, you're loving over. Oh, yeah. Pour that sugar on my honey. Pour that honey on my baby. I can make it so sweet. Pour that sugar. Oh, yeah. Pour that sugar on my honey. Pour that honey on my baby. Baby. I'm sorry, team. I am sorry. I started today. That's what you get. Shouldn't have started it. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Know what I'm saying? To paraphrase one Will Smith, still nothing compares to CW's Gotham Knight. So, still nothing compares to CW's Gotham. Too close to the top eyelids. I liked some of the Smallville series. I did like The Flash, at least the first 2 seasons of The Flash. The acting, they over-emoted for the acting, and how they said the lines was over-emotive, but overly emotional. But the lines weren't overly emotional themselves. Like, what they wrote was actually logical, made sense. They just played it like they were acting really emotionally. And so I was able to discard everything and still just appreciate it. I'll see your Batman Knights and raise you a Batwolf. Very good. If anything, Batwoman and Gotham Knight was what caused CW to pull the plug. Either plus or plug. Superman was an attempt to save face, but the damage was done. Yeah. They weren't allowed to do a Batman series, so they did the Arrow. And then they still probably weren't allowed to do the Batman series, like a show. So they did, I think that's why they did Batwoman, and they got ESG points. She managed to defuse the chat fire. They I think they're not allowed to do Batman, so they did Batwoman. Plus, they get the ESG points or whatever. They get the diversity, lesbian stuff. Plus, you can have like scenes, and it'd be justified as being tolerant or whatever. They get ladies kissing. That's probably drives up some viewership. So they got to do all of those by just doing a Batwoman series. So that's Might be why they did it. Plug, but I was wiping the vomit from my mouth and missed the typo. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I see. Your eyes were filled with tears, and so you just couldn't see. You weren't able to make out the S. Defuse. Obliterate your brand for that sweet ESG sellout moment. That's right, man. Well, they don't really care about the stories, so that's one thing. And even if they had geek fans who would be willing to like be invested in the show or whatever, they don't like the geeky fans because they hold them to a standard, and then they're going to complain all the time. Like, you missed that, you missed this is totally wrong, you totally bought this character, this is crap, why, I hate you. So they have to deal with that if they adhere to it, and then otherwise they can just do whatever they want. So they probably wouldn't want them to stick around anyways, like the actual comic fans. When the money runs dry, then the blame starts flowing. When the money runs dry, they just take off. They don't stick around. That's what they do. I'm out of here. Ooh, what a rush. Why can't they make clean money? Clean money would mean they'd have to get rid of a bunch of people who are already there. I like money. You mean if they laundered money? That's also bad. You're not supposed to launder money either. Lord, good brother. Bad. You do not launder money. Not unless you're really good at hiding it. Then it's okay. Once you're the government, you're not allowed to launder the money, okay? You have to join the government. Seductress. A seductive eye, you know, seductive eyelash. Seductive eyelash. It's just not really look seductive. Maybe not. Yes. Nice. Just make it righteously. Oh, okay. Again, they'd have to fire a lot of their people to make it righteously. BlackRock is all about that laundered money game too. Yes, I know. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Check that eye. Got that eye right there. That lady. Yeah. Okay. Cup of tea. How are you doing? What's up? I hope you're having a good day, good evening, or is it morning? Hope you're having a good morning. Okay. Hope you had a nice break from your American friends doing Thanksgiving. Say hi to Katie. Hello, Katie. Happy 2nd? Is it December 2nd? Come on. Why are you talking to Katie like... I didn't watch it. I haven't watched that movie. I know the movie. I haven't watched it. It's bedtime, and yeah, I've been playing video games. So you have? Well, what video games? We're just trashing the movie industry and the American movie industry, and calling them fans of the playground and saying they launder money and stuff, whatnot. Trashing CW shows. What kind of games? Which games? Candy Crush. Candy Crush. Okay, that looks terrible. Wasn't a bad British accent. Oh man, off. Used to do such a good one. Used to be so good. Good. One British accent used to be so good. It was. Survival games enshrouded. Enshrouded. I don't know that game. Timmy and Gordon sounds like a failed children's show. It does. Or a failed buddy cop show. Why can't I do this eye? That's better. It's awful. Awful. It's an awful British accent. British accent. Ugh. I get nervous. Awful. Come on. Oh, I have the new British accent. Hello. Thank you for coming. This is my British accent. Welcome to my curry shop. I am British. I think I have the British accent. I think I'll have the British accent down pretty well. Well. I thought I got it pretty good right there. You must stop that right now, sir. Sir, any. Oh, that's terrible. I wasn't even trying. Some tired eye. What? What? No. You what? Welcome to the wasteland. Streets are unforgiving out here. If you're on the force, a badge is like a dead fish. But someone's got to clean up this mess. Someone's got to clean this mess up. This mess up. That is what we are doing. Yes, we are the Englishman. I am the English. I will come to you. Yes, very English, very British. Why did I start out with this part first? I should have started out with this first. That doesn't even look like the right shape of eye. Doesn't even look like the right shape of... No. First, do the oblong eye. Eye for an eye. Give me a call, baby. That's a different one. She looks Muslim. I don't know. Can't think of a Muslim accent, Middle Eastern accent. Give me a ring-a-ding-ding on the phone, baby. I come for you. Like a bolt of lightning. Like a bolt from the blue. I will come to you, baby. If you got the time, I've got the will. You know it, babe. That's right. That's right. You got it now. Show Bobs. Show Bobs, please. I like Indian people. I don't like many of the health practices that go on in India, but I like Indian people. If you've got the time, I've got the money. Come on, baby, let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've got the juice to get this party started. Going all night long. All night long. All night. All night. We're going all night long. Where is the other eye? Here. Use guys are nutters. In it, bruv. You what? You what? Like this. Like this. Like this. How do I do this? The eye is slanted like that. Slanted to the side. Just comes around. Okay. Okay. Hi. It's like a caterpillar. Nice. I was watching a Jolly, which is a show where guys, I guess they mostly do food reviews now, but they like travel around the world. These look like Daisy Ducks. They do. She's got lovely lashes. Her eyelash game is on point. You know what I mean? Oh, did you see my banana? That sounds weird. Hey, Katie, do you want to see my banana that I drew? Just my banana, man. It's my Banana Man from like a stream or two. Stream ago. He looks creepy. Creepy Banana Man. Ah, I've hurt your case, Katie. I also tried to draw a ginger root hand. This is a little hand from Michael Bancroft's. This is from Scary Movie. I think. Is this Scary Movie 1? Or a Scary Movie? My little hand. It's either that one or 2. But that's the little hand from Scary Movie. These are banana hands right here. Banana hands. They're horrific. Nah, come on. There we go. Okie dokie. Now lip eyes. Wrong. That's like Willem's eyes. Or Smeagol's eyes. Looks like Smeagol's eyes. Doesn't look right. Doesn't look right. Not at all. It's more Scottish. For the lust. For the lust. Cool. Come on, get the eye. Just making a divot. In my paper. Okay. Straight. Angle. Up. Straight. Must be it. And I think I butchered that pretty soundly. I think I've damaged that one pretty well. Aye. Now the next eye. Doing the next one. Let's go. Oopsie daisy. Little lift with the eye. And another one. And the third. Should be also like Daisy Duck. Yeah. Right, me lovelies, I'm off to bed. Good to see you. Lol. Good night, Katie. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. It's good to see you. And I hope you have a good evening. Sleep well. I hope you're doing well. And your family's doing well. Dankeschön. Bye, Katie. Hasta luego. Namaste. Au revoir. I got that reference. Nice. I got that reference. Thank you. Night. Hi, Katie. Have fun. Stop drinking tea at 12 a.m. Annyeong. Annyeong. Aloha. Aloha. Ciao. Arrivederci. Namaste. Au revoir. Yeah, I like the Flash, the series. Okay. His eyelashes look weird. It's kind of anime-ish. Okay. Or Disney-ish, depending. The Flash will always be a favorite, even if CW and Warner Studios butchered stuff in the end. The series started out very well before the clowns were brought in. They brought in clowns. It did start out really good. Again, the acting, they played it really, they really over-emoted with the acting, but I thought the lines and everything were good. I liked how they adhered closer to the comics than other series did. No TV show or movie can make me dislike The Flash. If you're a fan of The Flash, I actually liked Wally West as The Flash. I like that eye. Get that eye out. We got a really good Thawne, and I never thought that would happen going into the making of the series. Yeah. A friend of mine was like, Eobard Thawne, Reverse Flash, is like one of the lamest characters. He's like, I don't get it. He seems really stupid. And he's like, oh, he's just a Flash, but I'm like, no, you don't understand. He goes backwards and forwards into time and different timelines, and he'll break them up. He'll break up a timeline in the past and create offshoots, and then he'll go back in time to the same route or to the same route in time, and he'll have a duplicate of himself. He'll create different versions of himself, which will go back to the same point in time, and he'll fucking gang up on the Flash, and he can still move as fast as the Flash can, only now he has like 7 versions of himself all beating up on him at once. And he'll also kill off entire timelines intentionally so he can get revenge. I'm like, he is the craziest. He is incredibly underrated, that villain. He's awesome. I mean, as a villain, he's an incredibly powerful villain, like one of the most powerful ones. and they don't really treat him that way. Hunter Zolomon was also different, but also decent, especially in seeing how he was used to become the Black Racer. I don't think I stuck around that long. I don't think I stuck around long enough in the series to see Hunter Zolomon. Yeah, I hated the skis. I hated the Black Racer in the comics with those stupid skis. It was so dumb. Really annoying. Really took me out. At his best, you're like, oh, he's a representation of death, and that's scary. You can't really outrun death unless you're the Flash. But the stupid skis, the dumbest character design. If anybody should have a redesign in Marvel or DC Comics, it'd be the Black Racer. So stupid. Skis, really? Skis. I mean, it's a guy who's listed or lived. He's theoretically death, or he's supposed to be death, but he's confined to a time period where they had skis, that they had created skis. So stupid. Looks so dumb. All the time, and you require skis and those ski poles or whatever they're called to get around at super speed. What? What movie? I don't remember the movie. Oh, I didn't see the movie. I didn't see the movie. That was when I stopped watching like DC Marvel movies. Generally. I heard Nicolas Cage didn't get paid or something. The Flash movie, yeah. I heard Nicolas Cage didn't get paid for it. Stocks. Oh, is that what they're called? Ski poles or whatever they're called? They're called stocks. Never should have been paid. Well, the dude was like a woman beater, and he was a fan of the Playground, to my knowledge. And he like got a girl. She was like 13 or something, alone, and he like started a cult. I'm fine with that kind of cancellation. Yeah, the dude's a cult leader, abuses pregnant women, choke slams pregnant women, and he is unhealthy in his head, and he abducts children. I'm pretty sure it's worth it to get rid of the guy. Technically, Nick Cage wasn't in the movie. They only used his CG likeness. Right. I think that's a huge cheap shot. That's weird. It's like a terrible eye. I don't see anything in this contract that says I can't use his likeness. The contrast between Miller versus Depp and Majors Man, but I'm not gonna get into that. Contrast between Miller versus Depp. Miller versus Depp. Oh, Miller. Got it. Versus Depp and Majors Man. Majors. Oh, I'm not gonna get into that. I see. I personally think that I think that things that start out because they weren't because things I think studios choose certain people for certain reasons, and when they do, something bad happens because it's not started in like a good place. It's not started from a good place. And so I think badness follows it around. And it seems to bear out like that. Like you choose a person who you know is bad, or you're like, you choose them for not a good reason, like not because they're a good actor, because they fit the role or whatever kind of reason, or it's a chick or something. It's not a character that is a chick or something. And you're like, something bad is going to happen from this because that's the way things go. It doesn't have a good origin, so it won't have a good ending, I think. Plus, the guy didn't even play, like... That's not the Flash. That character, that's not the Flash. That's not what the Flash acts like. That's not his personality. Ezra Miller. It's much better with I deleted him from my memory. That's much better with a sharper pencil. When you aren't going over your own lines. Come on. Subarashi desu. Okie dokie. Came out all right. Came out all right. Ah! Why? Why? Why you do this? Why you do this? Why you do it like this, my friend? Okay. Up and down. Up and down. And the last one. The eye. Little olive eye. We've got the pit. There we go. That's the eye. It's the last one for this row. I've got it. It's a little bit choppy. A little bit messy. I apologise. It. It's not the cleanest. Not the cleanest eye. You know what I'm saying? All right, I've thoroughly butchered that. Very good. That's the way. That's the way to do it. Just keep going. Sounds like a cookie show. Yes. Just keep going until you mess it up. That's the secret. I don't know if you guys know that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that advice for free. Until you screw it, just keep going until you screw it up, and that's how you do it right. Just keep going. Keep plugging away until it's straight beyond all recognition. That's what all the pros do. Yeah. Okie dokie. I'll just finish up this route. So I'm on the last one. So these are what I've been working off of. So I've been doing these eyes. Juan by Juan. Juan by Juan. I'm on the last row. All right. So this is the one I just finished. Right. Wait. Right. Right here. That one. It's the last one I finished. And this is my last. This is the last row I've got to do. Right there. For your viewing pleasure, you just go ahead and grab yourself any number 2 pencil to do. Any number 2. This is 2B, or not 2B. I don't know. I can't tell. To be or not to be? That is the question. It's to be. To be. It's to be. Now we'll just grab the next one. One. Maybe I don't want to add it here. Maybe I don't want to add it right there. Maybe I want to add it over here. Damn, I don't want it. Hey, whoa. Don't want it. I'll just do it right here. My big fat finger's getting away. Okay, we'll do a ball cap. A little ball cap. Okay. Right. I did it too long. Nothing new there. There. Doing too long per usual. And the iris, a little reverse ball cap. Ball cap. Right here. Side note. Hello, Timmy Mello, with the new what? Was ist das? You changed your thing, man. You got a skull there. Skeleton? I can't tell what that is. Game character? That Taskmaster you have there? Jimmy's gone rogue. Gone Rocky? Rogue. Jimmy's gone Rocky. Hi. And the iris. The pupil. There. Circle. I am pretty sure sort of twinning. Twins! Twinning! Hey, buddy, we're totally twinning, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're totally twinning. Updated PFP, though it's a sketch of my Kang mask with a skull inside, the Fallen Conqueror. Oh, cool. That sounds cool. Kang, I believe, used to be, in Marvel Comics, Reed Richards' son. Kang the Conqueror was Reed Richards' son. Doesn't make sense why he looks like that in the movies. But Kang was Reed Richards' son, Franklin Richards, who was overpowered, super overpowered. If you take the ability to form whatever kind of force field you want from Mrs. Fantastic to Mr. Fantastic's ability to form his body in whatever way he wants. Oh, okay, his descendant. His body in whatever form he wants, plus super intelligence from Reed Richards, and you get an extremely overpowered character. Like 1,000 years in the future, though, through his daughter. Yeah. Fairy's daughter. Why? Why can't I do the eye? Why can't I? Yeah. Why can't I do? Was ist das? Was ist das? Do the eye. Do the eye. Let's do this part first. Doesn't look right. I think I'm doing it too small. Drawing the eyeball too small. Small cat. Big lash. Originally, Kang was Rama Tut, Reed's ancestor, named Nathaniel. Ah, that's why. Okay. I don't know if they later made that guy Franklin. No, it's probably Nathaniel. Probably got it confused. It might be. They might have retconned it. Hopefully not. Already too many retcons. Probably just got it wrong. Probably just got it wrong. That's better. As always, Nathaniel. FF lore is kind of very good. Very good, brother. You did it. Very good. Congratulations, sir. For me, I thought that joke was a little bit of a stretch, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, if you did another one, I might say you seemed a little rocky there, but if you kept doing them, I'm pretty sure you'd be on fire. Or at least your jokes would catch fire. You know, wah, wah. I won't force it though. I won't force any of those jokes. Yeah. And neither will I put up a barrier against your further FF jokes. Okay, Gordon? Good, brother? Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll stand by that. I just want you to read my lips, Gordon, good brother. I will stand by your Fantastic Four jokes. I think they're fantastic. I'll just say that. 7 years ago, they did a bunch of. They came up with some great Marvel characters. Making some good jokes on. The MCU is full on diversity pandering by casting Majors as Kang. Knowing Reed was still set to be white, still Majors wasn't bad in the role, but he was a doomed scapegoat from the start. I don't like it. Just cast. There are tons of non-white, non-man characters in Marvel Comics, and they've been there since forever. If you want to do a story with non-white characters, just put some of the characters which pre-existed. This is going to be hard for them because the writers can't write. They suck. They're terrible. And so they're not going to be able to do those movies, but they have a huge swath of characters that they can use to insert into movies, and they would fit. And they're dynamic. They're interesting characters. They've been there for decades. But they, again, don't know how to write. They're not creative enough to do that. And so what they do is they create their own stories, name it something from an arc that already existed in the comics, and they just put them in there, and then they can go ahead and claim the credit for whatever. Hey, look, I'm doing Civil War. Does it look like Civil War? No, but we did this. Okay, great. And then you can force something, get credit for applying diversity instead of just using characters which already existed previously, nobody had a problem with, and just put them in the movies. But then you can't showcase how virtuous you are, and then you can't showcase, hey, look, we added something, and you'll just get no credit for adding anything because it's something that already existed prior to, and you're not going to be seen as a genius or as someone who's progressive or whatever. You're just going to be seen as somebody who put a comic book into a movie, and people will still like it more than the crap that you came up with anyways. So none of it is good for them. None of it will give them brownie points. And so they have no reason to insert it other than writing a good movie, other than doing a good movie and doing something that stays true to the comics, neither of which they want. So that's why. You won't see my next FF jokes coming. Oh, okay. Oh, very good. Very good. You're mansplaining. But you guys are both men, so. They're told not to read the comics, which is mind-blowing for the comic nerd to comprehend. Well, then they'd have a bunch of people complaining. No one told me there was going to be a lecture. Just get your pencil out. Nothing people haven't said for like a decade now, so. This is why I do not go see the movies. This is why I do not see the movies. Unless somebody like invites me and it's a social event, then yeah. But I'm not going to spend my money willingly on movies that say we hate you because you're a KKK member, or you are white and we hate you, or because we want to encourage socialism or whatever the crap they want to do. This is what they want. So, you know, I'm not going to spend my money on you. Thank you. No, I'm not going to spend my money so that you can insult me. Thanks. And trash things that I enjoyed for my entire life and and encouraged me and like were good like role models for my life. No, thank you. I don't want it. I don't want to see you trash. I don't want to see you trash these like moral pillars of my life and characters that were good. No, thanks. No, thanks. No, thank you. Because you're crappy. And because you can't write, and because you're a socialist. And because you hate things. No, thanks. And because you have no confidence in your product. No, I don't want that. Thank you, no. Didn't even know Kang was a descendant of Reed when they pulled his name out of the hat of the next MCU big bad. No, they don't know anything. Extremis, in Iron Man 3, Extremis, they didn't even know. Was it Iron Man 3? Yeah, Iron Man 3, Extremis, didn't even know like what Extremis was. And if they did, they totally blew it off. Still ended up being a good movie, but better than 2. Anyways, better than many of the other Marvel movies. It seemed more comic booky than the others. All right, okay, drawing, eyes. Okay. By the way, you're actually telling the people who you say you're representing or you're supposed to inspire, whatever, you're telling them they're idiots. That's what that is. You're saying that they're suckers and idiots and that they'll take the slop because that's the only thing they can take. And that they're so emotionally vulnerable, they can't take someone not being like they are in order to appreciate a good movie. I watch Korean movies and shows, and I enjoy or like European ones over American stuff because it's so garbage. Are they speaking English? Do they look like me? No, they happen to be good characters. You're doing that, and you're actually not using the characters which pre-existed. Another sign of disrespect. And it's just overall, it's not to lift people up. If it was to lift people up, you'd create your own characters that stand out on their own. That's what you do, or you do already use pre-established characters. But you're not doing that. You're trying to say, this is bad, this is good, and you guys are stupid, by the way. And we're your savers, by the way. That's what you're doing. And it's garbage. It has nothing to do with movie making. It has nothing to do with good writing. They're just crap. These people are terrible. Extremis was basically MODOK'd unofficially before they expanded the MCU. Oh, in the movies? Round 2 fight. Yep. Yeah. Extremis in the books was awesome. It was amazing. It's a good storyline. They should have stuck with it. And it didn't have to do with what's his face. That the dude who was the big baddie in there, who they changed, it didn't have anything to do with him. They just stuck him in there because they can't write. They don't know things. They don't know how to write good movies. His think tank was a MODOK calling card. Yeah. Stupid. They can't write. Garbage. Oh, this guy looks like a big baddie, and this guy also has character traits that I like. So I'm going to take the big baddie so we know he's the big baddie because it's easier to understand this guy is the big baddie than to do this guy, than to do this guy has subtlety and character motivations that make him a bad guy, even though he looks nice on the outside. That would be more interesting. That would be closer to the comics. That would be more of a dynamic movie, but you can't do that. You have to bring it down to the base, the most common denominator. And by the way, people are smarter. They would actually appreciate something that was good. But you can't do that because your own preconceived notions on what comics are is stupid, obvious, blank children's storylines. So you can't abase yourself to the point where you actually have to write something from the comics directly because it's even better quality. It's more dynamic, it's more thought out, more intelligent, better writing than what you can produce. But you can't do that because you think comic books is Doctor Doom. He only looks like a big bad guy and he does stupid Doctor Doomy things. And then the FF do really corny stuff. You can't write the more complex stuff. Garbage. You suck. Wasn't the Extremis storyline still going on when Iron Man 3 came out? I don't know. I read it way before they were. I think I read Extremis prior to. I mean, Extremis might have shown up later, but the initial story came out, I think, like at least 2-3 years prior to the other. No, so that's when they rebooted. So there's the original Extremis storyline, which took place prior to those movies coming out. So you're referring to a second Extremis story, which is another thing that the Marvel, the MCU does, Disney or whatever does, which is they'll take a new storyline. Extremis started actually in way before that. So Extremis storyline took place before that. I think it was around the time where Spider-Man, where Peter Parker was revealed to be Spider-Man, like Aunt May caught him, and that was way before. That was before One More Day, and so it came out around that time, the original Extremis, and that was a great storyline. But they didn't do that, and so they did the whatever. Anyways, they did like the reboot because they already did like they did it's not Battle World. What is it called? It's what they're trying to do, I guess, in this new phase of Marvel movies or something. What's it called? Not Civil War. Where they took the different planets and they stuck them together. They had all the bad guys on one planet and all the good guys on the other or whatever. What's it called? The original one that came out in like the 80s where Spider-Man got the black suit. The symbiote suit originally. What was it? Not Battlefield. What's it called? Secret Wars. Thank you. Yeah, Secret Wars. So this is the same. Thanks guys. So Secret Wars, they're doing Secret Wars again, and what they're doing is basing it off of the second Secret Wars, which came out. So the Extremis storyline that you guys are talking about is the second iteration of Extremis, because the writers in Marvel at that point were just crap, and they were just recycling stories because they couldn't think of anything new. And so they just tied it to a successful storyline, which was the Extremis storyline, which came out, I think, around 2007, something like that. And so they did that. And then they just did a new storyline where Tony Stark was in the silver Iron Man outfit or whatever. So they did a new Extremis. By the way, he wasn't a good guy. He wasn't a bad guy in that. He was actually like a conservative. And he actually just thought about like fighting crime and stuff in a proactive way. But then they had to make him the bad guy because they had to. But Tony Stark at that time, he actually was good. Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars. Yeah. But the original Extremis storyline came out way before they did the Iron Man Extremis storyline in Iron Man 3. If you would even call it that. They took some of the abilities and everything from it, but it wasn't the same storyline. It's added a bad guy to it. And then they made Tony Stark look terrible or whatever in it. And that wasn't in the Extremis storyline. So they can't write, or they want credit for changing things. Oh, that's a cool name, Extremis. That sounds cool. Yeah. You know what would be really cool if we did this other thing? This other thing that doesn't have to do with Extremis. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Sounds great. You're a genius. We're geniuses. We're so good at writing movies. Aren't we, guys? Aren't we? Aren't we the best? Totally, we're the best. Yeah, man. No, I know. Let's do Tony Stark, but he doesn't act like Tony Stark. He acts like that ego, a living planet. Yeah. Let's do that. We'll name it the thing of a character. We'll name it the name of a character, and we'll put another character there because we like the name and we like the idea of this other thing. We don't like that. Oh, yeah, that sounds great. Great. It's great. We're geniuses. I hate that. I don't know how to draw this. I think this is where Feige stole everyone's notes and kicked them out. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because comic fans, they're either going to watch it or they're not going to, but they're not selling it to comic fans. They're selling it to the mass audiences. The mass audiences don't know, and they go, oh, this is a great story. This is great and entertaining. That's what they care about, and they get billions of dollars, so I guess it works out. Okay, so thick eyelash. Straight. Point. And wide. Wide. Doesn't look the slop eating normies. Yeah, they don't care, you know. I went and watched Dragon Ball Z, whatever, Evolution or whatever it's called. I didn't watch Dragon Ball. I maybe saw like one episode of Dragon Ball. I thought it was an entertaining movie. I didn't watch Avatar. I just watched the Avatar movie, not the Blue Monkeys, not the Blue Monkey people, but Avatar: The Last Airbender. I watched that, and I thought it was entertaining. The acting wasn't great for Avatar, but good enough. Oi, some of me best mates will stop eating normies. What? So I mean, if it still draws a profit, I mean they're succeeding. The fact that anyone went to see Joker 2 knowing it was going to be a mud show proves this notion: slop is slop, and people will consume it if they are told to consume. Well, I didn't see it, and apparently enough people didn't see it that they're like, "Oh, that's terrible. That didn't go the way we wanted." And they were directly insulting their viewers or whatever. Like, that was the intent. What's his name? The guy who did Joker and Joker 2, Dragon Ball Evolution, yeah. Pig is less than man. I understand. I don't get it. Something about slop. Yeah, I mean, they're still making a profit. It's riskier to do something based on comics or whatever. They can just tell the same story over and over again, and people still buy it. But anyway, oh yeah, that's right, Joker 2. The guy hated it. He didn't want to do it. The original Joker wasn't even supposed to be based on Joker. Like they were just going to do a superhero movie. So they just got the green light to do the movie that he wanted to do, which wasn't the Joker because he made it the Joker. So it wasn't even that. So then they were told to do another one, or they asked him to do another one. He said no. Then he said yes. And then he wanted to express his despondency about like the fans and everything, and said that he wanted to hate him and everything, and he didn't even want to do the second one. So he made a joke movie, which is what it was. Like the joke is on the people who watch the movie, which is Joker 2. I didn't watch it. I'm not gonna go see it. First of all, I would want to see a Joker movie. One, that's one thing. And then the second one is it's not the Joker, so that's not the Joker, so I'm not really that interested. And then 2, I want to see somebody insult me. And 3, I assume there's going to be some kind of social justice crap in there anyways. So no, thank you. I'm not going to give you my money. Oh, he's saying, man, at this flagrant degeneration of slop and mud. Todd Phillips. Oh, okay. Imagine hating the people who pay to see your slop and give you millions. Why not? Why not? You're going to get paid. And part of the reason you hate them is because they're going to see the slop that you put out. But unfortunately, he confirmed the fact that people don't want to see it enough. And so it just cost the studio millions or whatever. So there you go. So congratulations. It was disproven, the fact that people will go see your slop, your crap. And so there you go. You just lost out on some money. Good for them. Your joke didn't land. Your joke didn't land, man. Mr. Rub Todd. That I wrong. It is I wrong. Oval. Iris. And then she has too much mascara on. That's gonna have time to go on retreats with the director of the female Ghostbusters reboot. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine, you know. Better than working 9 to 5. You should get to be creative. So what? Yeah, people hate you. It's fine. People are gonna hate you anyways. Interesting eye. This one. Here. Interesting eye. Okay, now mouth. Okay. Thick mouth eye. Thick. When you have planet Saturn for eyes. Yeah. Okie dokie. Thick. The eye of manga emanata. I don't know what emanata is. Yeah, come on. I don't know what that is. Emanata? Went too far out. Whatever these are. Shaded. That's better. Right. That's better. That looks better. Okay. Kidoki. Like cuckoos flying around the head of a character when he's knocked out. Oh, okay. Nice. Yes, it is. Totally, for sure. Yeah. Sweet drops in the air for nervousness. Sweat drops. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. No, it's not. And the last one. This is the last one. Thanks for sticking with me. Apologize for the boringness. There you go. Eyeball. Little dots. And minus. And this thing, you've seen it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Sweat droplet that forms on the side of the head or in the front of the face or something. Yeah, I get that. That's the last one. These are my eyes. These are my eyes. I am done. Like, you guys are sticking around. Some suspicious eyes around here. And bonus Kermit the Frog kind of eye. And this is what I was taking them out of. These are the eyes that I was doing. But this is from the Cartooning the Head and Figure by Jack Ham book. And it's all fun and games until they start blinking in here. Be not afraid. I was gonna put for this. I was gonna put the all-seeing eye of Sauron on the front. I did not though. So, thank you, guys, for joining me. I'm drawing Cartooning the Head and Figure by Jack Ham. This is it. Drew a bunch of eyes. I kept my eye on you. You're welcome. It's fun, enjoyable watching it. I had a great time complaining about Marvel and DC movies and shows with you guys. And it's nice to learn about Emanatas, right? Emanata. So funny games. Yeah, it was fun. I hope you guys have fun. Thank you for joining me, Timmy Mello, Katie. I don't know if anybody else joined. Oh yeah, Phil, and Zay Comics. Check out everybody in the just dumb words. Live long and prosper. And that was fun. I'm probably gonna do more of these. If you hate my eyes or commentary, if you disagree with me, please leave a comment below. And I'll be doing more from Cartooning the Head and Figure by Jack Ham. I want to get faster at this so people aren't getting bored, like watching me do work from this. I mean, I am just pretty much copying it, so I'll try to do that. But adios, hasta luego, namaste, ciao, bye, and thank you, and have a good night. Bye, guys. Thanks, Gordon. Thanks, Timmy. Ciao.